70-year-old mother. Okay. Hey, kids.
At least you have one.
There's always a spot to touch there. Yes. All righty, gang. We've been doing this quite a bit, and it's been a lot of fun. Please share these videos out, because the one thing they desperately need is viewers. I love doing this, but we need to get the viewership on these up. I am glad to see a couple of them that did not originally pass 100 in their first run have. The war books seem to be doing very well. Gorilla covers, not so much. Yesterday's Jonah Hex, we ended the night with like only 50 views, but that's climbed over 100. And while it's not a great thing for a shadow band channel, I'm looking at it as a positive anytime it crosses that 3-digit, you know. Mm-hmm. So please share these out. Tonight we're going to be looking at Spider-Woman covers. If you haven't yet done this, it's very simple. We're looking at these things. We're actually examining. We're not just going, oh, well, that's cool, and then going quickly to the next one. We want to know what you think about the covers that we have in front of us. I think I need to wash my glass. I got a green spot. Anywho, and that's one of the greatest things about what we've been doing here is we've actually been staring at the art and really talking about it. And I think everybody agrees that the best of all of them were the Comic Cavalcade, where it was all silly and stupid fun.
Those were fun.
Yeah. All right. But once again, tonight we are going to be looking at the very first appearance of, oh my gosh, guess what I forgot to do again? The very first appearance of Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, the real Spider-Woman. Mm-hmm. And her first 12 issues. And there's some pretty good ones here. Let me delete these overlays and then get in the ones that we're actually going to be looking at.
Eric Void, will this be a 2-tier system? You know what I mean. I'm sure that you do.
I don't know if it's tier level, but it's definitely shelved. Yeah. Okay, so anywho, with that being said, let me get these books here that we're going to be looking at onto... Boom. All right, and let me fix any problems. So who here has actually read the Spider-Woman series?
Well, I know RDV and LK have looked at the pictures.
Well, at least that, yes. No, they read it for the articles.
we read on the Geeky Pop Show. We read I think it was the first issue. I don't know if we ever got past issue 1 though. I think we went to issue 2, but I don't. All
right. Well, let's see who we have up first. LK, first one in, first one to talk. Here is the very first appearance of Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman. And hello to everybody. Before we start, hello to everybody in the chat. Eric and Boyd, Ethereal. We've got Maranya, James. Remember, you guys vote along with us, even if you're just like, I don't really want to talk, but that's definitely a 6 or an 8.
Are you going to share the tier list?
Am I going to share the tier list? No, I am barely wanting to share what we're looking at here. Okay, and just as what we do here, obviously it's a 10-tier system. One is horrible, like the art of, I forget his first name, Anka. All of these are Spider-Woman. Yes, all of these are Spider-Woman artists, and I've got them ranked from horrible to god awful to horrible, which is number 2, Sean Bourne, to bad, which is Perez, not George, to very bad to bad, which is Carnero, who did the. I don't know if she's not the pregnant one. The pregnant is Rodriguez, and then we've got Opina, Dodson. For average and met and average. 7 is good, and that's Dodson. 8 is very good, and that's Cho. 9 is awesome, which is Ross, and 10 is super awesome, which is Carmine Infantino.
Sorry, Frank Cho is better than Alex Ross.
If you think so.
If you're drawing women, yeah.
All right, but I will say this. Where on earth is Carmine Infantino? Carmine Infantino. Okay, I thought
6 feet under.
Yeah, about this time. Yes, he's buried out. Yeah. in the backyard. Okay, LK, we're looking at the first appearance. What do you say about the cover here?
Oh boy. Well, I mean, my love of the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman era notwithstanding, so I'm not going to give every cover a 10. And this one also has my least favorite version of her costume. I hate the hood.
Mm-hmm.
The hood on her, because just so much better with the face mask and seeing her flowing, black hair. But that said, I mean, a great, zap against Fury. It's bright, great detail, great angsty looking Nick Fury. So I'm going to start out with this with an 8.
All right.
I thought you're going to say like my least favorite Nick Fury first.
No, this is probably my favorite Nick Fury.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Professor Pixel.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to actually agree with LK. This is an 8. Just from like the look of the costume, I know it's not my favorite either because once the hair is out, that's when it's really perfect. But there's just such a pull with the action, the zap coming for Nick Fury. Both of the characters look excellent. That line, the bubble, and right there to go ahead and just pull you in. Positively the most shocking ending. It's perfect. Love it. 8.
Did you say Zach coming from Nick Fury? What?
No.
That's not like it. Must mean Zach.
All right. Okay, so Spider-Man, what do you think?
I'm suing. Actually, I'm going with an 8 on this. It's the hair. Everything else is awesome.
All right. Okay, so far we've got 3 8s.
And also, what kind of gun is that? It looks like an Axel Braun gun.
Laser? Okay. Melissa, what do you say about this one?
Actually, I know it's just so seeing the version of her costume without the hair. It just feels like this, like I'm not seeing it right. But anyway, it's kind of an unusual choice because usually how many heroes are there? That's heroines you have where you don't show off the hair because women long flowy hair. But I love Nick Fury on the cover. It's a great cover. I think I'm gonna lean toward 8 too.
All right. That is 4. Amy, what's up?
Man, I don't know if it's just all the sugar I've had, but this looks really exciting. So I think I'll give it a 10.
Okay. Eric.
Okay, Spider-Woman's not pregnant and Nick Fury's the wrong color. 3. I mean 8.
All righty.
So, you're joking. At first, I was trying to figure out, okay, why is he saying Nick Fury's the wrong color? But then I realized that I'm joking.
All right, Black Cat, what do you say, man?
I say no, but in German.
Alrighty then.
Nine.
Raising that bar up a touch. Okay, we did get the start. I put in an extra one. Sorry, I didn't see it. Ethereal is saying 8. Is that the... There it is. Okay. Ethereal is saying 8, and then we got Eric saying 7. Alrighty. We get a 9 from Jackson. Agreed on the costume. Let's see, Maranya, Spider-Woman number 1. Actually, Marvel Spotlight number 32, but we'll take it. Action-filled cover, real Nick Fury versus Spider-Woman. Lots going on. Costume lowers the points to a solid 8. All righty. Let's see. And I'm sorry I missed the start. No worries. All righty. I got to go with that 8 thing too. This is a very good. It kind of you see Spider-Woman crashing through a window, not the ceiling, even though she's up there, and as if she glided in order to blast Nick Fury. She started off a villain. What can we say here? I disagree with you guys about the costume. I'm saying it's a better costume. I do prefer the hair, but I always thought this one was cool as well. So I never disliked it. Yeah, I think 8 is solid. 8 is solid on that. All right. Which I think that's where we're going to end up here because, and MK's here and he says 8. All righty. And that means we've got 1 7, 2 9s, and 10 8s.
Boy, and somebody inked the daylights out of Gil Kane on this cover.
That's Gil Kane.
Yeah, you can tell by looking at the hand, Nick Fury's left hand.
Yeah.
That's about the only way you can tell, but yeah, it's Kane.
Yeah, because the only other way would be if there was a no shot.
I think it's John Romita Sr. inking it.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes they sign their names on the cover, but I don't even see the signature or initials.
Vince erased him.
Alrighty, and so let's move up. Marvel Spotlight 32 to its spot with 8, and that this one gets an Amadeus Joe.
Yeah, but this isn't a Vince Coletta cover, because it's not all Zach behind him.
All right, now we're going to move on to her second appearance, which was in Marvel 2-in-1, issue number 30. Professor Pixel, you can start us off here.
So this is this one's still an exciting cover, but I don't know, something about it. It's almost, the background's a little too busy. And it's kind of taken away from everything. I also think it's flattering with her face. Like it's like someone tried to do a Gil Kane shot, but failed. I think this is actually more of a 7 because it's still exciting. I'm intrigued, but there's too much.
Alrighty. What do you say there, RDV?
I say it's clobbering time. Still no hair though. It's like she just realized, there's something missing about this costume.
Yeah, this is the last time you'll see that. I think even in Spidey Super Stories, they have her hair out. So,
all right, the fact that she still has hair shouldn't it mean like the back of her mask is all clumpy?
Yeah, you would think, but that never happens in superhero.
At the time, she had short hair, but just like all the Marvel male characters were miraculously able to grow ass-long ponytails overnight in the 90s,
Is that
she did that with her hair.
is someone in who's doing the cover for this? Looks like Milgram and something. You can see above the UPC. There's a
Well, her hair is a wig.
but
Isn't she blonde?
No.
when she first out, she was British.
I know she was British, but I was pretty sure she was blonde.
She also was blonde too for a while.
Well,
I've never seen Jessica as anything but a dark hair brunette.
Well, anyway,
What do you give it there, RDV?
I'm giving it a 9.
Alrighty. And let's go to Amy this time. We'll let her first.
it's possible she could be pin curling her hair so it's really close to her head, and then she puts on something like a cap and the mask over it. So that would keep it out of the way. I mean, clearly this costume takes some getting into, so she probably has to work on her hair a little to make that fit. But I guess that's not the main issue here. Also, Alicia, she's in this issue.
Daddy.
All right. What would you give this? What would you give this cover?
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. I think I'd probably give it a 7.
All righty. Okay.
Vote for me, Alicia.
Melissa.
The thing's got it so easy. He just has to pull on a pair of shorts.
Yeah.
Well, the real question, if you're talking about Jessica Drew's costume, is that there's no zippers, there's no buttons. How does she put it on? There's no thing that she can put her body through.
Yeah,
except for this one.
No, she enters from the neck.
So,
yeah. Okay.
So basically, Jessica Drew actually is blonde, but she dyes her hair black.
Oh, okay. I've seen her with
all right.
red hair.
So what would you give this cover there, Amy?
I'd say kind of a. I'm feeling kind of 7 territory. Not quite as good as the last one, but still
All right.
excellent.
Yeah, very well drawn, but
All righty. And Eric.
Daddy, I am in this comic and you are not. Suck it.
I do. I do.
I can only go 6 on this. Rich Buckler spent his entire career imitating people, and I guess he was trying to imitate Ron Wilson, who did the interiors. And it just
Ron Wilson, bus driver. There's some 2000 kids, some 90s kids out there that's going to get that reference. All right. Anyway, so I'm sorry. He was imitating Ron Wilson. Please go ahead.
Yes, it's just average. So I mean, a little, maybe a skosh above. So 6.
because it does have Alicia.
All right, Evil Black Cat, it's up to you now. What do you say?
Can I mute
Very
yourself?
I say my mouse is. I'm gonna need a new mouse. Also,
Yeah.
I give
Quit eating
this
them.
maybe a 5. I'm trying to
Okay.
look at all the details, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a 5.
Are they falling? Are they flying?
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
Are they
That's
bursting out of the top of a building? This is one of the most confusing looking covers. I'm actually kind of embarrassed I included it after I really look at it today.
Yeah, that's why the pause was there, because I can't tell whether it's angled sideways if they're falling because the background.
But if you look at the background, that's other houses. So it looks like, or other buildings. So it looks like they're going up, but the building that's more prominent makes it look like they're going forward. So maybe but the thing is, they're not doing any kind of arc. So this one's all over the place. This one's a 4. It's not very bad, but this one is a bad cover. All right, let's hit the chat and see. Ethereal says it's a 7 as well as Eric and Boyd.
Yeah, well,
All right.
you know, and I'll give it a 6.
Go on ahead and I'm sorry, I skipped over. Go on. Yes.
No, it's
please.
all right. I'm
Okay.
giving it a 6. I don't like the Thing's expression. It's
Okay.
almost a soy boy smile.
Right, and he's looking directly at the camera, not at Spider-Woman, whom he's supposed to be punching.
Yeah.
like what is he looking at?
I feel like he's saying, ah.
All right. Jackson Raykirk gives this an 8. We have a 7 from Glinzer. And Daniel saying in issue 1 he dyes a hair. Hey, Daniel, rank the cover if you want.
I meant
2 and 130 feels a bit rushed for deadline, says Maranya. Neither character looks like their established model. Still some dynamic action. Score it a 7.
I would
And
say
it-
the reason they're on an angle because it's action shots. They're probably twirling in the air.
Okay.
We'll have to explain.
Costume is somewhat similar to the TV Wonder Woman swimsuit costume. Yeah, I remember that. Goodness. I could be a freaking tennis pro if I could. No, anyway. And let's see, 10 for solid representation of gender equality. On a serious note, I give it a 7 because the Thing doesn't get enough spotlight. All righty. Maranya, you mean the underwater? Yep, the underwater scuba. Thing had it rough trying to put on trunks when you rock hard. Oh, I get it. Okay. A 6 for MK. And let's see. Ethereal says, yeah, put it down to a 6. Okay, we're going to get rid of one of these 7s. And we're going to put up one of these 6s. All righty. I may have gone too high on this one and too low on the other one. Maybe. But all right, so we got 1 4, we got 1 5, we got 4 6s. This absolutely cuts out the 8 and 9, and I think this one ends up in the 7 department. Alrighty, so here let's move this to Dodson. We got Dodson. Everybody knows that that reference. Ron Wilson, bus driver. Nobody figured it. That's
Are you heading to Sky High?
I am, sir. Thank you. Thank you for somebody getting that one. All righty. Let's see. We had Professor Pixel on the last one. Now, RDV, you get the first issue.
Wow. This I think this is the one I actually read on the channel, where she actually has blonde and she dyes it black, and she's British. So honestly, this was actually a really fun story. and I gotta say the cover is really cool too. That's it shows pretty much who's gonna be in the issue. The cop that eventually falls in love with her, or wants to stop her too. Love the title font, man. Everything in the spotlights. The one guy's got a Glock. The other guy's got a revolver, which is interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 9.
Alrighty, cool. And
So,
Melissa, what do you say?
Well, I definitely recognize it. It's iconic. It's an iconic cover. The lettering. The lettering is fantastic. I like the pose. It reads cleanly. The background is kind of simple. But the hands are the hands on the guns are very well rendered. It definitely has a sense. It has a sense of quality. There's not a lot of sense of like weird, like it doesn't feel Escher-esque or anything like that. It feels like it's on. It makes sense and it tells all the information you needed to see. So I'm going to give it a 9 too.
Alrighty. How about you, Amy?
You know what? I think the lighting in this makes it like an interesting piece of like graphic art with the spotlight and the simplicity of like the shape and the pattern of the wall behind her. The angles all agree with each other. The colors are nice. The pose is strong and the layout is so well done. This is a kind of cover that you could parody. Like you could use this layout and do a tribute to it really well. And it's not often you see something that good. So, and I'm still full of sugar, so this is getting a 10.
Alrighty.
Tribute? You mean like a homage?
Yeah, homage.
Okay, Eric.
I'm going to give this a 10.
Okay.
A lot of first issues have pose covers. Like if you think about like She-Hulk #1, it was close to this time.
Mm-hmm.
And where this is, she's perfectly centered. It's simple. I mean, the spotlight's on her, but it's part of the scene where a bunch of people are trying to take her out. This is simple, but very, very effective. So that's a 10 for me.
Alrighty. And Eric, Evil Black Cat or Eric's Black Cat.
It's iconic. It is decent. The spotlight's there, as Breen said. You can see the characters. You can see what's happening. It's a 10 for me.
Alrighty. And LK?
Oh boy, I keep going back and forth. I mean, it's a great cover. I mean, literally, you put her in the spotlight, but at the same time, as Eric said, it goes beyond just being a pose cover because you see there's danger in here. Yeah. So it's not just simply so many of the typical pinup covers that that we see today. That there's really something going on. And as for like introduction covers, that I love, I compare it. Oh, what the heck? Let's go 10.
Alrighty. Professor Pixel, what do you say?
And I echoing the last few. It's a 10 because it's just such a perfect #1 cover. Like if it doesn't draw you in, I don't know what else it could do. Draw you in.
Can I change my vote back to a 10 too? I would wear that on a t-shirt.
That's true.
That'd be perfect on a black t-shirt.
Alrighty, sure. And it's my turn. Okay. There's one flaw. There's just and I mean it's this big. I don't know if it's enough to really mess up the cover. I mean, I love two flaws. One, get that green box out of there. You're messing up the shot. It's like any moment now, Christian Bale's going to come in and yell at that green box. It's like, yeah, come on, you're messing up the shot. We're doing something here. Now in her own book, The Superhero Sensation, they said she couldn't be done. I get the fact that Stan Lee wants to hype everything. It's not necessary. Get that out of there. Second, you've got two guys aiming their guns at her, dead shots, not taking them, right? The one guy that he's standing one leg on the top of a building and the other leg, where? That dude is falling in order to take that shot. Once again, just a minute detail. I'm gonna give this one a 9.
Okay.
So
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think he's got his right leg kind of behind him. So if he,
that one's off to the side, dude.
I'm not sure about that. And as to the 2 guns in front, I mean, it could be the fact that she just showed up
There you
after
go.
being chased from the guy there, so they haven't fired their guns yet because they
Yeah.
were
The
Yes,
guy in the back is very cautious.
shoot there.
All right, Glenzer gives this one a 9, and then we get a 10 from American Boyd. Next up, we've got a 7 from Ethereal Dragon, and I would have moved the green box a little bit further away. Yeah, there you go, a 9. And Daniel's given this a 10. All righty. And then we have Real Spider-Woman #1, says Maranya. This is what an origin cover should be. Action, drama, title, character, center, focus, perfect costume with the hair. Score a solid 10. Now, I got to say, I do appreciate what you guys are saying, and I agree with it's not just a pose, it's an action shot as well.
Right.
And that really does work. Spiffy says 4. If it wasn't for the guy on the side, it looked like she's down on a tile floor. That's a whole lot of space that those white squares are covering.
Well, it's like buildings. You ever seen government
Yeah,
buildings?
I don't agree with that. It could be windows and such.
It looks like the concrete blocks you see in a lot of buildings.
Right.
They have.
Hey, he raised his grade to a 5. Ms. Marvel Nova She-Hulk, so many great #1s around this time, says Jackson Raykirk. You, sir, are correct. I'll give it an 8, says MK. All right. Hey,
Kind of looks like he was chasing her on the rooftop. She jumped around the building and then he shot the corner.
the flaws, the dude with no clear shot being the only one fired. Okay, kids. We've got a 5, and then we got a 7, a 9, 4, 8, 4 9s, and 7 10s. And that, I think, pulls it to the 9s. It doesn't quite make the 10s, but everything and all the high grades at least saves it, and it goes into the Alex Ross column of awesome. All righty. Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much for you. I will put this on the list. Glenzer is saying let's do a tier list of first issue
Oh, that'd be
covers.
interesting.
But you know what? I was as we're going along, I was making a poll. Now I do like anytime we do serious covers, I like to do something a little bit more goofy and fun. But I will put this up there because I'm about to make the poll for what we're going to be doing after House of Mystery. So tomorrow's the auction, 8 p.m. Eastern. Everybody show up, got some great books. Then on Sunday, if everything works out well, we're going to be doing Phantom Lady. And then on Monday, we should be doing House of Mystery. So I'm putting up a poll to see what we're doing on Tuesday. All righty. And that being said, I put this in the Alex Ross column, so let us move on. And I believe it is Amy's turn. You start us off, and this is issue number 2.
Ooh, there's a horse on it. That's amazing. Okay, what is this? The Spider-Woman. You think your powers are deadly? Feel the awesome might of Excalibur? What? Seriously?
You know, we read this too.
We
Oh
did.
my
Never-
gosh.
But I don't think you ever uploaded though.
I mean, I definitely want it. Look, there's even like Merlin down there. Wait,
All right.
it's
Oh, give me just 1 second. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Feel free to look at the art. We're actually studying the cover, seeing what we like, see what we don't like. And feel free, even if you guys are brand new, feel free to bid, or not bid. I keep saying bid. That's tomorrow at the auction, 8 o'clock Eastern. But here it is. We're doing levels of Spider-Woman artist. 1 is god awful, which is Enka. 2 is horrible, which is Sean Bourne. 3 is very bad, Perez, not the George. 4 is Canero, which is just bad. 5 is meh, Rodriguez. 6 is Opina at average. 7 is good, Dodson. 8 is very good, Cho. 9 is awesome, Ross. And 10 is Carmine Infantino. This ended up in the 8s, not in the 10s. I thought we had a 10. Nope, not yet, huh? All righty.
All right, but you mentioned something about an auction tomorrow. What
I
is
did.
that?
Every Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, we have a comic book auction. It helps out the channel. It's a way for you guys to help out the channel and get something for it, basically. It's thank you very much to everybody who's participated for the last couple of years in it, because it is the way I am helping my family. It is also an auction that we do in order to help you fill out your collection. And it's an auction that we do where we're sharing books we like. I see a lot that are very, very focused on just the value. Don't get me wrong. If I have a big dog, I'm going to charge that value. I get it. But that's not all we're about. If we put up Spider-Woman, we're going to tell you why we like that book. Not because it looks good on a wall with a 9.8 beside it. It's because it's a fun book. It's well written. It's got great art. We're going to tell you about the books we can tell you about. And that's what we kind of do here in the community. And yeah, there you go. Anywho.
How much are the prices of these, and can anybody participate?
Anybody can participate. We usually start first lot 50 cents, then $1, $2, $3, $5. We go to the big dogs, and then we reverse it 20 lots in a night. Every $10 you spend gets you on the board to win a trade paperback. I think we've got Die and Batman Earth 1 Volume 1 tomorrow. So those are 2 of the giveaways. So yeah, please
Is
check.
there any other way to guarantee yourself into the giveaways?
Yes, there is, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, I love this interview, by the way. This was not planned. He's doing this. Okay, on the bottom there you see, and it's in the description as well, or should be, you see Ko-Fi. If you are a member over at Ko-Fi, $5 gets you onto the wheel every week without having to spend $1 at the auction. Although I do appreciate it. All right. Any other questions?
What's your shoe size?
It is 10.5 wide.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. All righty, Amy.
I feel like the drawing isn't quite as smart as the first issue, but I love Sword and Sorcery and fantasy, and it's in a bookshop. So, yeah, 10.
All righty, a 10 from Amy. Melissa, what do you have to say?
Well, let's see. I do kind of love how this with superheroes. You think they cross genres all the time: sci-fi, high fantasy, they soap opera. They just, you could just basically, they go everywhere. Let's see. The horse and the horse crashing through the window and the crashing that's very dynamic and I think I'm going to go 9 with this one. It's a high energy, very exciting. I kind of feel like there's something a little. Spider-Woman's drawing feels a little. Perspective feels kind of strange. A bit.
Eric, what do you say?
I'm gonna go with an 8. I was actually leaning a little lower, but then someone mentioned the spear in her hand, and there's a lot going on in this panel, in this cover, but you can tell exactly what's going on in this cover. So I'll give it an 8.
Okay. All righty. And Evil Black Cat?
I am going with a 7.
All right.
Like, there's too much bright lights, so you can't actually tell. Like, I couldn't even tell there was a horse because of the white lights. Like,
right.
It's just too much white, and it basically takes away a bit.
You're never going to hear.
Yeah, hey guys, just let it go. He's a college student. They all think there's too much white. All right, LK, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going an 8. I'm not sure anybody pointed this out, but I mean, with it being too busy, also the whole second startling issue logo there is so unnecessary. I mean, you've got issue 2 on the upper left. You don't need it twice, and there's not enough focus on Jessica. So at 8.
All righty. Your turn.
I am actually going to agree with Melissa. I think it's a 9. There is a lot going on. It does feel just a little too much. But that said, everything there is really cool. If it wasn't just so, what is it the kids say? Whatever.
There's too much
It's
light.
a little overwhelming.
Wait. Pixel, what do you say?
Huh?
So, I mean, what do you say?
Ha ha ha. But no, it's a little overwhelming, but everything there is really awesome. So
All right.
it's a 9.
RDB.
I'm giving it a 9, man. I love the guy smashing through the window on a horse. you got Merlin. He's just like, oh, my booze. Pretty much,
He's eating dirt.
The books are on fire. I mean, she's got her hair flowing. She's gonna stab him with a magical spear or some sort or something, and it's just like having a ye old good time.
All righty. I gotta take this one down a bit because I do agree that it's not that there's like the horse is fine, Merlin's fine, Spider-Woman is okay, but that the energy crackle around her, it is just pure white, and it kind of washes out a lot of what's going on.
You're
in
a
my
lot of
opinion.
hate for white.
It really is. Yeah, I'm joining. I'm living right next to a college now. It's kind of rubbing off. But yeah, I'm giving this one a 7. And going to the chat, Dan Alvin, I have a bunch of these. Nice topic. Thank you. This was actually LK's idea, and everybody else who voted for it.
Yeah. Well, I will say, in a non-scan, it does look better.
Okay.
So
Hold on.
Oh, there's more.
yeah, no.
Oh, it's in the. Okay, there we go.
You can see it. It doesn't wash it out quite as much as in the scan.
Yeah, the scan
There we
is
go.
part of the reason why it looks a little.
Right.
You have to admit, that's exciting looking.
Yeah, it's a good cover.
Don't feel bad about your 10, Amy.
Oh no, I think it's
Alrighty.
just perfect for me. So I'm like,
Let's
I'll give
see.
myself
Glinzer says it's a 10. All right. And we have where are these things read? These things are read over at the Geeky Puppet Show.
Yeah.
On every day except for Saturday. All right. So Ethereal Dragon says 6.
You mean every day, including Saturdays?
6 is from Eric and Boyd, who says Excalibur is misspelled. Yes, I am that guy. Is it Excalibur? Oh my God. Okay. It is. It is. All right. He gives this one a 6.
Want to get a copyright strike on Excalibur. They wanted a copyright
That's
strike.
public domain too. Let's see. Spiffy Gonzalez is saying 9 because Spider-Woman with a spear is awesome and totally needs to become a permanent thing. All right, next up, let's see. Dan Alvin said, I agree with 10 on Infantino. I'd have to double back and compare, contrast, rank everything. Feel free to, and also just, here's the cover. So join the new ones too. Let's see. Spider-Woman number 2 says Maranya, exciting cover with lots of detail. Needs more black to bring out the fiction. See it down there. Too much shades of red. Spider-Woman is a bit lost. Score it an 8. Alrighty, and then we have MK saying, I'll go with a 9 here, and I love how she's knocking over Gandalf or Dumbledore.
Maybe it is.
Alrighty. And we have Jackson Raker at 6. There's just something about it. Let's see. Disagree with Black Cat. Love the flashy, bright colors. 2 or red and orangey. Actually, I'd change it to a 10 if this was in an auction. I'd buy it, says Spiffy. Alrighty.
Yeah. So, and just to clarify, so the reason why it's ER is because that's his name. So he's calling himself Excalibur. But
There you
he's
go.
also using Excalibur UR. So he has both the Excalibur sword, but he is Excalibur.
Okay. This leaves us with 2 6s, 2 7s, and 3 8s, 4 9s, and 3 10s.
Oh, wow. you believe it to a 10.
That it puts us an 8.5.
Yeah. Also, that way,
So-
okay, you are right. Because that way, Marvel will actually have rights to that character then.
Yeah.
Can I say something to LK real quick?
No.
Yo.
Oh, yeah, he's here.
Next three, right after you type that, next three batters, bases loaded double, hard line out, 2-run homer.
All right. With that, it's I believe the other sister, Melissa. Who started the last one? Amy started the last one. Melissa.
Okay.
This is issue number 3.
Huh. Well, this is much quieter than the last issue, than the previous cover. I kind of like the kind of 80s cartoon He-Man vibe it's giving. Gosh, the original Spider-Man was really, they spent a lot of time fighting mystical monsters.
Until next time.
Until next time, exactly. Remember. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one an 8. Yeah, 8.
All righty. Eric, what do you say?
Oh, this is a 10. And I'll tell you why. I
Okay.
love covers with the oversized protagonist or whatever it is. Whatever,
Antagonist,
whatever yeah, antagonist. If the cover itself is as anything, other than stick figures, I will rate it through the roof. I just love them. So it's
All right. Cool. Evil Black Cat, what says you about issue number 3?
Issue number 3 is a 9 for me. It's a cool cover, and Breen, don't worry, that thing is a part of the cover. It's not that coming for you.
Whew.
You're not hallucinating.
Not since last night.
All right.
He's not
And
kidding.
yeah, it is a cool cover. It is a mysterious figure, not mysterious, menacing figure looming over. It's a 9.
All righty. Hold on just a second here. Next up is LK.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 9 on this too. Again, it's a striking cover, and more importantly too, that the antagonist here is going to factor into the story. Again, this isn't just some pinup cover that you see today. No, this is, you're going to see their confrontation in this issue.
Okay, and what was that again? What score you give it?
A 9.
A 9. All righty, Professor. What have you?
I'm torn because I do like a lot about it, but something about this one just isn't hitting home like the other ones have. I think this one is, 7. 7.
You're dead to me.
I'm sorry, Mr. Breen, but it's just,
You're out of the will.
I wasn't in the will.
You were getting my Shang-Chi's. Not anymore.
There is no will. It is first come, first serve after the eulogy.
You're not one of his sons, like me and Zach.
Yeah, like you're gonna eulogize me.
That's right. The pet
Like I
gets-
said, it's first come, first serve. Like,
Well-
you're dead. Who's gonna stop me from breaking into your place and taking everything?
Johnny Law.
But yeah,
Screw John
I
Law.
can
Not
enjoy.
in this town.
I can enjoy some of the massive villain covers, but this one's just not hitting it. So I think a 7 because it is still very good. Everything is
Still
drawn
bad.
well, and like we've said, it's better than half of the covers. Which half of those covers are going to be for the same book today.
To make a long story short,
No, to make a short story long.
To make short story long, he said 7. All righty. RDV, what do you have?
I'm going with a 10 because I love this cover. The giant hands reminds me of the Doctor Doom. Same thing Breen said. My paw's right. The only thing I would critique about this, I would reverse the image in the little corner box of her peeking out from the left side instead of the right side.
Okay. And Amy, what says you?
Mm, it really is very dynamic. It doesn't have all the fairy tale books, so it doesn't rate quite as high for me, but it is a really cool drawing, a cool composition. I love her pose there. I think I'd give that, and the colors are good. I think I'd give this a 9.
All right.
Oh.
And that leaves me, and I'm going to say I absolutely agree with Eric. This is the big villain. This is clear. This is absolutely the opposite of last one. You know that she is in trouble because of Brother Grimm, and it sells it. Colors pop. She's popping. Everything is awesome about this cover. I give this one a 10. One of the best of the Spider-Womans. All right, let's go to the chat where we have Spiffy saying 7 looks cool, but not too much to say about it other than the dude looks like Skeletor. This was before Skeletor. Let's give Brother Grimm the due he has coming. It actually brings it up to an 8 because Skeletor is awesome. All righty, so he says 8. And then we have, I have this one. It absolutely pops. Hey, that's what I said about it.
For bonus points, do you know who the cover artist is?
6 from Glenzer and from, give me just a second and let me pop over to the Comic Vine, which I was on with all of the covers. And I will tell you, sir.
I'm good. I'm guessing Dave Cockrum.
Yep. Carmine Infantino was on the interior, Cockrum on the covers.
Where on earth is Carmine Infantino? Carmine Infantino. I swear it fits. It's every time I think of his name, that pops into my head. That is my curse, ladies and gentlemen. The cover artist is Dave Cockrum. See, I am smart. All right, so both Glenzer and Eric and Boyd give it a 6. We have a 7 from Ethereal Dragon and Jackson Rakirk. And then Eric and Boyd says, no, I'm going to give it a 7. All righty. Spider-Woman 3, much better focus on the title character, looming villain, great colors, dynamic pose, score a definite 10. All right. I think it's the first appearance of the villain, says Dan. Carmine Infantino says Carbon with a question mark. Yes, sir. He is the original artist on Spider-Woman.
Eric, do you know the inkers?
No.
Yeah. Skull Dude has 60 anime vibe.
I'll give you a hand. It's first seems fun.
And Carbon is saying no Spider Booty. That's in future covers. All right. Let's see. We've got 3 6s and 3 10s canceling each other out, but then we've got 4 7s and 3 9s, bringing it to the 8s, where we have 2, which means the winner. All right, we're going to bring this one right up to the 8s, represented by Frank Cho, Spider-Woman artist Frank Cho. All righty, and let's move on to issue number 6. And I do believe, Mr. Breen, it is your turn to start. What do you say?
Do you want me to do 4 or 6?
Oh, shit. What's going on here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, it's issue number 4. Sorry. It's the 6th cover that we've done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've got it numbered by like 1, 2. First appearance was 1 and so forth. So yeah, I made that mistake. Sorry. This is the 4th issue.
Best I can give this is a 7. It's another Cockrum cover. I'm pretty sure. Actually, it looks like it's being inked by Terry Austin, but it's just the art on the people just, other than the guy pulling on the rope, just isn't that good.
Okay.
You are right. It is a Cockrum cover, but he's being helped up by Bob
McLeod?
No. The W.
We got white
tomato?
I say.
Yeah.
Also, did he call it MK's 10? Yeah.
And the written by Wolfman and drawn by where on earth is Carm? Yeah, I'm gonna stop that.
Ryan is asking, did he count MK's 10? I believe it was at least 4 10 last round.
Okay, I will put that in there. All righty. And it would have still ended up near an 8 because of the lower scores. And let's go on over to Evil Black Cat. What do you have to say about issue number 6, sir? or 4, number 6, 6 cover, 4th issue.
A 6.
All right.
And also, is that the guy from last issue lying there unconscious on the
It
floor?
is, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a 6, even though.
Oh.
No, it's a 6.
All right, I got you down. And LK.
Oh, see, I'm sorry. I've got to go with the 9. I mean, this is a great bondage cover. I mean, Marston would be proud of it. With Jessica in peril, it's great. So it's a 9.
All righty. Professor, what says you?
I feel that there's a lot of good things coming for it, but something about it is just not right. I think somebody mentioned the people. There's something wrong about them. They don't mesh well with the world around them. And I get they're supposed to pop, but it's too much, and at the same time, not enough. I think this is my first 6 of the night.
All righty. RDV.
I'm going with a 9 on this baby.
Okie dokies.
We got a guy with what appears to be some cross stitch over his chest, which he previously waxed. Apparently, he doesn't have a chest hair. We got Grim on the ground, and we got the Executioner. Sorry, the Hangman. Same thing at this point.
Adam Page.
Yep. Early bondage. Her in the gasp, choke. It's great. The fire, everything. The names in the
All
fire
right.
above the UPC.
Melissa.
Okay. I enjoy the kind of steampunk coggy trainy elements in the background.
Yeah, those are cool.
Those are cool. It's like there's a. I don't know. I think I'll give it an 8. It's really good. The nice detailing, especially for the background, that's some really clean tech art back there, which I can respect. I can't really quite describe it, but there's something about the illustration. It doesn't quite connect to me as much as some of the earlier ones did. So, but still very good. 8.
Okay, Amy, what says you?
Yeah, I'd say an 8 too. It's still, it still looks exciting. There's a lot of fire everywhere, and apparently she managed to beat the last bad guy. So I hope she'll do okay this time too, and we'll see another issue.
All righty. 2, 4, 5. I've got everybody. Okay. This is boring. I'm looking at, there's fire. She's being tied up the whole 9 yards, but in all honesty, I don't know. It's kind of dull to me.
Compared to the others, yeah.
I'm giving this a 5. This is just meh. Yeah, not my cup of tea anyway. Let's see. Spider-Woman 4 feels like repurposed panel turned cover, well drawn, but just not cover worthy, says Marani, giving it a 7. All righty. 4, her arms and chest are off. Her arm is definitely that thing right there. It just looks painful. And it was painful to try. Eric and Boyd gives us 7, and MK gives this an 8. All righty. Let's see. 7 from Jackson Raykirk. And then we have a woman tied up and in distress. And they're not even in your basement, Eric. Either one will do. Okay. And Dan is saying, I'm a 7 on issue 4 just because I know what blockbusters are coming. It's a touch stiffer compositionally for me than some of the really fluid ones coming up. Alrighty. And then we have kind of dumpy, nothing grabs the eye. No spy. Well, yeah, that's going to get old quick, dude. All right, so let's see. We've got 2 9s, a 4, and a 5. That brings those down to the 8s. We've got 2 6s, 5 7s. This ends up in the 7 category, kids. All righty, here we go. Follow that on up there. We got Dodson. All right. Oh, if P. Diddy was on the cover, it'd be scarier. Yeah, if P. Diddy was anywhere near you, it'd be scarier. All righty. Let's move on to issue number 5. And I think it is Evil Black Cat's turn to start us off. Or okay, so he's gone. So I'll start us off on this one then. Let's see what we're looking at. I like the design of the web. It's not perfect everywhere. Some you even have like the 3 little circles between her head and his. I like the fact that it's gooey and it's sticking to him as you see him try to pull his hand away from it and his foot. That's a really good one. Get rid of the shocker like you've never seen before. You don't need that kind of stuff. I love that you have nothing to fear but your darkest nightmare. That's actually pretty good though. This is a 9 to me. I like this cover. All righty, LK, what do you say?
Oh, see, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on this one. He looks good, but her model is just there's nothing there. Her model's very generic. Like you said, one bubble too many. I'm going a 7.
All righty. Okay, I got a 7 from you. I think I missed a couple. Carbon gave his score, and it was a 9 on the last one, and then a 10 from Glenzer on it. I don't know if that one's for the last one or
This one, I'm not sure either.
yeah. Okay, so let's get the start in there, and there we go. All righty, Professor, what do you say?
As Glenzer is saying, the scan does look off because I just pulled it up on Marvel Unlimited right now. This is a great cover. I disagree with LK about the posing for Spider-Woman. Like, it feels real. It looks like an actual pose a person can make, which helps compared to the arm of the last issue. The guy on my end right here, he's looking a lot better. In the scan, it looks like it's 2 different books melded together. But no, in this cover, I disagree with you about the bubble, though. I love these little bubbles to try to just hype it up. It does excite me. I think that this might actually, I was saying 9, but this is a 10 cover too.
All right.
I'd have this up on my wall gladly.
Okay, RDB, what do you say?
What do I say? I say the right leg looks a little weird to wonky to me, so I gotta give it down to a 9. But otherwise, everything looks great.
All righty, a 9.
Your
And
legs broken.
Amy.
Yeah, it is a really exciting cover, and it's kind of cool to see Spider-Woman with like a spider web motif, because I think a lot of times it doesn't really get that credited to her. It does have some structural issues, and again, I don't know about the issues of the color, if it's just the individual scan as much. I would confidently give this a 9. Yeah.
All righty. Melissa?
I think I'm going 9 too. My favorite part is the man who's trapped in the web. He gives the appearance of being like someone who seems dangerous and like a bad guy, but also very scared. I think that's some. I feel like that's just a really, really strong expression, and the fact that you kind of read both those things is like, this is a guy who's scared, but he's not a coward exactly. He's just like,
yeah.
He's like how even he seems defiant, but also, just genuinely scared. It's very impressive. So I'm gonna get this one tonight.
Eric, what do you say?
I'm gonna go 10 because it's got that. It reminds me of a lot of those like pre-code horror stories where the guy will pick up a woman and she's mysterious and everything. And of course, she lures him to his doom, and they all end up just like this. So it works for me. So I like the web. I like everything about it. I give it a 10, and I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Nice.
All righty, Evil Black Cat, your turn.
I give this a 7 again.
Okie dokie. Oh, okay.
What? We have multiple covers to get to, and we're already reaching an hour. You want me to
right?
get
Yeah.
to that,
No,
or-
it's okay. It's okay. LK, what was your number again?
I gave it a 7.
7. Alrighty. And let's go. We got 6 from Ethereal Dragon and 6. Whoop. 6 looks off, says Ethereal Dragon, and 8 from Eric and Boyd. Alrighty. And then we have 7 from Jackson Raykirk. And Spider-Woman 5, her pose is great, says Maranya. His pose feels off for me. Good detail. Scored a 7. Okay. MK says, looks like a 7 to me.
Mhm.
Welcome to my web, said the spider at the fly. Damn typos on my part, says Eric and Boyd. I like the blurbs. Start of a common for the time. The way they are placed leads your eye across the entire cover's web in a circle. That is true. Yeah. Look at it. It's like that's pretty good. Pretty good observation there, Dan. And he says he's giving it an 8. Alrighty. And let's see. Did it? Alrighty. Okay. Let's move on. If anybody. Oh, there we go. Psychedelic Goth, says Carbon. Okay. Let's see. We have 6. We have 5 7s, 2 8s, 4 9s, and 2 10s. Which, let's see. We've got that. We got the 5 there, and this brings it to an 8. It brings it down to an 8, or up to an 8, if you go positive. Carbon, if you have a score on that, let us know. I'll add it to the sheet because I am keeping scores on these things. Find out which is by the score, which one's the best. So we will move this to the let's see, 7. Yep, to the 8s. All righty.
Yeah, it does look like the old horror books you did in the Golden Age.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Yeah, that moves here. I mean,
He says 9.
All righty. Let's see. Does we put this 9 in here? And we've got the 5, 7, 2. Yeah, it still puts it on the 8s. All righty. And let's go on. And LK,
Yep.
let's start with this one.
Number 6. Oh, again.
Great book.
This is a 10. This is a 10. You've got bondage and the comics code despite it. Great pose, shall we say, from Jessica. She looks scared and maybe a little excited too. And then of course you've got the werewolf coming through the window. We had a werewolf last night.
Where?
And I think this one in the Jonah Hex covers.
Yeah, there was a not very good werewolf on one of the Jonah Hex covers we talked about.
This one is far better, and you have the moon peeking out there, so that's why he has become the werewolf by night. So yeah,
Right.
this is a 10.
Okay, we got our first 10 on this cover. Will there be more, Professor? What do you say? Oh, before you say, guys, I did put up a poll with 3 titles: Police Comics, which stars Plastic Man, something a little fun; All Star Comics, which eventually stars the JSA, and the Bronze Age #1s, which we're not going to include this one because we did it here, but there's a lot of others that we could put together, and so it's between those 3. Great idea from Glinzer. Go on ahead, Professor Pixel.
I think it's a 10. There's something off with the werewolf himself in Werewolf by Night that's just, but I can't put my finger on it.
I don't understand either.
Huh?
All right.
Yeah, 10. 10 works. 10.
Okay, RDV, what do you say?
Well, I say it's a 10.
Now we got both of you popping up your Spider-Woman books. There you go. All righty. We got 3 10s. Are you going to continue, or are you going to stop this, Amy?
I mean, I guess it's okay.
Wow.
I guess if you like werewolves, it's
I like werewolves too.
See, I actually don't care about werewolves, but yeah, no.
What about werewolves?
It's the what wolves that you really have to watch out for.
The who wolves? The Y wolves are really just too far.
Werewolf?
It's the witch.
Okay,
No, it's
Amy.
the witch
Amy,
wolves that are scary.
Amy, what do you give this book?
I mean, I'm trying not to, go too critical because of like structural issues. Because if something's really interesting,
Don't ever
do
think
you.
critical.
This is your opinion. Every opinion matters.
right?
Except Zach's.
Better choose the right opinion.
Zach will be upset.
I'm kind of between a 7 or an 8.
You're dead to me.
Oh no.
That was the wrong opinion. No, I'm just kidding. Which one? 7 or 8?
What's its best?
What are the
strength?
structural issues?
Yeah, its
Like,
best
dang.
strength is I think the perspective is interesting. Like she's really strong and in the foreground, and he does a pretty good job. Just the overall layout, like the distance between them, it kind of feels right, even though it doesn't look right. He's got a lot of weirdness going on with his hands and legs and face and everything, and she's kind of all thrown out of whack with her shoulder and arm, and I guess it's just without a lot going on, the little problems with it kind of pop into the foreground a bit more. But I don't know if that's fair because I've judged better for other pieces that were busier and I thought more fun. Probably an 8. I guess that would be fair because there are some cool things about it too.
All right, Melissa.
I really enjoy her hair.
All righty.
But as I just afraid that kind of the nose and the mouth. It's just like it's a very appealing profile. I hope she gets out of her situation okay. But it popped to me, so I'll give it an 8 too.
Okie dokie. Eric,
No,
what says
no,
you?
Eric wrote in the chat a 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of noses, does anyone notice that on the side box she kind of looks like Michael Jackson?
No. LK, what do you say? Or Evil Black Cat, what do you say other than the Michael Jackson thing?
I give this an 8, and to our old conversation, no one brought up the wolves.
Oh, dear Lord. Okay, LK, what do you say?
I started this out. And
Oh,
said
you
it.
started this one. Okay, it's my turn. This. I get it. The window is either 50 feet up above her or it's right next to her by the way the werewolf is drawn. You can't really tell because the crane of her neck means it would be higher. That being said, this is one of those things. It's like a bad movie you love. You don't know why you love it. It just you do. I'm giving this one a 10.
Nice.
There's two good reasons to love this cover.
Oh, you're not going to tell us. Okay. All right. So we got the chat here. Eric and Boyd's giving it a 10. All righty. And we have Carbon Dioxide saying great contrast, beautiful figures, great colors, and a werewolf. It's an instant 10.
I'm surprised that nobody's pointing out that since the last few covers, all of a sudden this cover, her hair is down to her ankles.
Yes. I would give this a 10, says MK, because Spider-Woman really pops. Ha, ha, ha. All righty. I don't get the joke. The way they use the title to state the situation. Classic. To know her is to fear her. Spider-Woman is helpless. That is actually pretty good. Let's see. At least this isn't a woke wolf. All righty. And 4, even as a comic, the idea of Spider-Woman and a werewolf just seems a little too out there, says Spiffy. Alrighty then. Let's see, number 9 for Ethereal Dragon. And then we have 7 from Jackson Rakirk. Okay, I'm going too high. I have to change it to an 8. Okie dokie. I'll get rid of one of the 10s. She looks really defiant, which she was. And then we from Dan Album. Yes, 2 very good reasons, says Jackson. I still don't get it. Alrighty. And let's see. Dan, do you want to throw in a number there that I'm putting down here? And because what we got now is a 4. And then we have a 7. And that's 4 8s, 1 9. And 7 10s, and Dan says 7.
You know, if you can't tell what they're talking about, just look down. 2 large reasons.
Yeah, and Dan said it.
All right. So anywho, we got 7. So 2, 3,
Yeah,
4,
and Bankman, I think the hair is strictly because going from Cockrum to Infantino.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Now, here's the thing. In spite of 7 10s, because of the 4 and the 2 7s,
Mariah also gave this a 10. Yeah.
Oh, hey, wait! I totally skipped her comment, and we got another 10. Where's Spider-Woman dramatic cover? Less is very much more. Danger distilled to 2 dramatic elements. What 2 elements? Y'all are saying there's 2. I don't get it. It's a definite howling 10 from Maranya. Okay. So that means 8 10s. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 5, and then we've got that's bringing down. Then we've got 8. This pops it up. Thank you very much. It is a 9.
This is getting
dicey. There you go. All righty. And who's starting this one off? It is Professor Pixel's turn again, and we are moving to issue number 7, sir.
And we are moving on.
I worked at Disaster for a long freaking time.
I know, so you're the only person that gets that reference anytime I bring it up.
Moving on.
Yes, moving on. Stop. If you press that button, you'll doom us both. Yeah. No, this doesn't work. Like, I get what they're going for, but it's not good. It's not good enough. This is a 5. This isn't good. It's just not enough. And we talk about useless bubbles. Crisis. Just give us something a little more. Feed us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. RDB. What do you say?
Well, I say give it another 10.
Really? A 10 for this? Okay.
Just loving it. And it's supposed to be green, not a yellow. That's the
Are you one of those people who are giving good reviews to Alkalite?
Only if they're drinking and putting people through tables.
All righty. What do you say about this one, Melissa?
Well, let's see. She's very well drawn. I kind of feel more like toward a 7.
Okay.
Before we get at the LBW on the way.
Let's see, Amy.
Yeah, I'd say 7 as well. There are a lot more interesting angles and layouts you could use to express the same kind of idea. This was pretty safe. It's still well drawn. Don't get me wrong, but maybe not as imaginative as I might like.
All righty. Let's see, Eric. What do you say? Oh, he's not here yet. Evil Black Cat.
I give this a 6.
Okie dokie.
Like, you don't get much from it. Like, someone's pressing a button and Spider-Woman is Kool-Aid manning herself to a door.
If she were saying, "Oh yeah," then I might give it.
Honestly, no. Okay. Change it to Clint. I love you.
Okay, yeah, then
Okay,
it
yeah, that would
would
be
be 10.
10 territory.
Yeah.
All righty, LK.
It's modern day. It's today. It's going to be Carol, not Clint.
Yeah.
Episode.
It's a 6 cover.
All righty. And Professor Pixel.
I started this.
You started? Okay.
Five.
I agree with LK. Here's the thing. If she was yelling, don't launch the missiles, or that, stop poisoning, that button will poison the water main, or something along those. The thing is, we have no idea what that button's going to do.
Nope.
So there's no real tension to it. Now, the image itself is okay. But this right here, this has all the earmarks of a cover that was pulled out of the drawer because somebody was behind their deadline. That's what I'm reading here. To me, it's a 6.
So you can repurpose this thing. Stop, don't push that button. You'll do us both. And she's like, it's too late, Spider-Woman. I just created the internet. I'm Al Gore.
Exactly. Yes, I just created the algorithm. The world is now is doomed. Carbon dioxide's giving this a 5.
Don't leak my photos.
2 elements. I meant were Spider-Woman and the werewolf. Okay. Glenzer says 7 for 7.
The real problem is she doesn't refer to it as an innator.
Vanilla and a finger as foreground is a waste, says Carbon. I agree. 5 from Spiffy and a 5 from Ethereal Dragon. Alrighty. And then we have 5 reluctantly, says Eric and Boyd. Spider-Woman 7, says Maranya, repurposed interior panel, made it into the cover. Good, but not great. Like number 6, it is a 7. All righty. Eric is giving this an 8. And then we have the first crisis, but still a 6, says Jackson Raykirk. All righty. Dan is saying it's a 6. I like the bursting door, but it's got more of the corny, overdriven DC vibe of the time. Dude, I love that corny, overdriven DC vibe of the Bronze Age. Alrighty, that gets a 6 here. And then we, for me, all Carmine Infantino art looks rushed. Just okay. I mean, just wow. Yeah, it's Carmine needing bullpen assistance because he was probably overworked that week. And let's see what we got here is 5 5s, 4 6s, 4 7s. We've got 1 8 and 1 9, but they don't particularly matter too much as we're bringing this on down to, it looks like a 6. Alrighty. This might be the worst ranked cover yet. Is it? There's no other 6s. Alrighty.
Well, I mean, she's had a lot of great freaking covers. So
these hey, yeah, we haven't made a 10 yet, but
yeah, that's weird.
Yes, yeah, we're close. We've been close. All righty, now we're up to issue number 8, and it's Professor Pixel's turn to lead us off.
I started last time.
You started. RDV's turn to start us off. I'm old. I forget things.
Alrighty, the man who couldn't die. Eric Breen. Great. I like this already. Not sure what those are supposed to be stalagmites down there. What they're jumping onto.
It looks like they're in a desert and it's got a whole bunch of that's what it looks like. Yeah.
More helpless superheroine in distress. Loving it. Giving it a 9, the chains and everything that.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, who's even looking at anything else in the book? You're looking at Spider-Woman.
Alrighty. So you give it a 9. Amy, what do you say?
Huh. Well, the character, like illustrations, like whoever this fellow is here, he has some beautiful arcs on his hands, and a lot of this anatomy is actually pretty well put together. So if you're going to be doing a simple like cover that's basically just figures, these figures are well done. The environment doesn't tell me very much, but I don't suppose that it has to. It's a little odd, but it's well done. Gosh, I don't know. I kind of wanted to know what the heck's happening, but I don't feel like it's telling me very much. Maybe a 9? I don't know.
All right. Okay, we get a 9 from Amy. Melissa.
Okay. Oh, it's a very dynamic cover. I don't know. Who was he? Who did? Oh gosh. Yeah, it's a solid pose. It's kind of funny to see another wolf man so soon.
Is that supposed to be a werewolf?
I don't know. I don't know if he's a werewolf, but he kind of looks.
Yeah,
He's a bit hairy, but I don't think he's a werewolf. He's just got long hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I misread it. It's very skilled art.
Yeah.
I think I'll go 9 as well.
Okay. Eric, what do you say?
Well, I see this guy going, ah. Oh, wait a second. I can't die. Why am I going, ah?
He can still go ah.
Still scary.
I'm going to give us an 8.
An 8. All righty. Evil Black Cat.
I am gonna give this a 9.
Okay. LK.
Oh, good definition on Jessica. Not much else going on with the cover. I'm going 8.
All righty. Professor Pixel.
10. This is
10.
This is fantastic. It's very easy to tell that she's being held against her will against this this beast of a man, and they are falling from some high place towards these spiky whatever they're supposed to be. It's enough to draw you in, which is what a cover is supposed to do. A cover is supposed to pull you into it, and this absolutely does. This is a 10.
I'm agreeing with Pixel. Now, it says, cursed, carried to her doom by the man who couldn't die. They're jumping towards stalactites. The story told here is he has decided the way to get rid of Spider-Woman is to jump from an incredible height onto a big-ass spike that's going to go through both of them. But only one of them is going to survive. That's the story told by this. At first, I was like, this is kind of off. But when when I read that and somebody else read off The Man Who Couldn't Die, I realized this is a cover that makes you think. I mean, yeah, you might not get it, but if you really just look at it, it tells an awesome freaking story. So I'm going to agree with Pixel. I'm giving this one a 10. That is clever as hell.
They were both being put into like a labyrinth or something like that.
Nope.
And
nope. He's the man who can't die, and he's pissed at her, and he is going to jump onto a spike that's going to stab the both of them.
In that case, I don't think I want my ranking that high. I put it down to 7.
Okay. I'll take
It was
that.
interesting before.
But it is interesting with this way. Okay, we need to do the Terry tunes of the Plastic Man, kids, because the Lester sisters do appreciate. This is not in any way, shape, or form put down or anything like that, but they do like those kind of covers. So we do need to visit the Terry tunes or the Plastic Man covers because they are the fun ones. Occasionally, we got to look at the cartoon covers, right? All right, so let's see. 9 for Glenzer. 7, only Spider-Woman looks cool, says Carbon. All righty, joining Amy for that one. And then we have 7, also bad scan of the covers. Yeah, this wasn't the best gather. They were all together. It was quick, and yeah, I do apologize.
I use Marvel Fandom over Comic Vine.
When I have time, I do. I look around for them. This was not that. Sorry, guys. Let's see. 7 from Ethereal Dragon and 8 from Eric and Boyd. Alrighty. And then we have Spider-Woman 8. Simple design, equal perfect dramatic tension, spikes in play, and coming doom. Scored a solid 10, says Mariah. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm 9 too so memorable, says Dan. Alrighty. And then we have 9 for me, kind of a kinky pose, says MK. Alrighty. Now we know what MK is into. And let's see what we ended up with. This is actually a very well scored cover, considering the low ones are 7s. We have 4 7s, 3 8s, 6 9s, and 3 10s. And let's see, that brings those down. And yep, this ends up in the 9 category. Boom, 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 bum, bum, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-da, bum, boom, boom. All righty, I do believe is Amy's turn or Melissa's turn again to start us off. And you have issue number 9.
Oh, kind of enjoying the cool tones in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Eye of the needle.
that is a cute pun. I enjoy me a good pun. I feel like that's good. It's good perspective. Fun villain, dynamic pose. I like the really oversized cuffs on his boots. It's a very kind of fun cartoony design. I don't know who that guy is that's being pinned by him, but it's like he's in trouble. I kind of get the feeling like maybe Spider-Woman likes him, and I hope they come out of that situation well. I'm going to give this one, I think, how good this can a cover be? Yeah, I'm going to go lean in on like a 9.
All righty. And Amy, what do you say?
Huh. I can't tell a lot about this. There's a guy here. He's staring at Spider-Woman. I'm not sure how she feels about this. And there's a guy who got knocked down, but I do like his pink shirt. So, maybe 7?
Alrighty. And Eric.
I will give it an 8. For no other reason, this is probably where they got the idea for the movie title 3 years later. No, I like it. It's a guy is holding him down with his foot and about ready to stick a needle in his eye. I like it.
All the while he's blasting Spider-Woman with the eye beam. All righty, Black Cat, where do you go with this one?
I'll go with the 9s.
Alrighty.
It's an intriguing enough cover, makes me want to read it. Also, is that his hairstyle or smoke coming out of his head?
We don't know.
I think he's, that thing that RDV was bringing up with the hair. That might be it.
Yeah. No, it's kind of part of his mask.
So, what would you give this?
So it's a crumpled up version of the mask Zach likes.
Yeah.
He looks more like one of the older brothers. He's like one of the older brothers of Casper.
Yep. One of his uncles.
Uncles, yeah. That's what I was, yeah.
Casper the Friendly Ghost or Van Dien from that Bug movie?
Well, one will soon be a ghost as well as the other one. It's getting up there. But,
yeah.
All righty, LK, give it to us. What do you think?
Oh, 9.
Alrighty. Okay, we got the 9. So I tried to monetize, and they're saying I can't do anything until I verify. YouTube sucks sometimes. Alrighty, Professor Pixel.
I agree. 9. It's not the best cover that we've had, especially the last couple, but it's solid. It's strong. It's good enough to keep me reading.
Okay. All right. And let's see, RDV.
Be honest, if it was Eye of the Beholder, cover something like that. But yeah, this is cool. The only thing I don't like about these covers is Infantino gave her Rapunzel hair for whatever reason.
I think he was interior.
No, he's on cover.
He's on the cover this time? Okay.
Yeah.
He took over
at this point.
All right, yeah, I was saying he was interior for a long. No, this is Bob Weisick. Oh no, both of them are working on it. Okay.
So I just don't understand the hair, but other than that, it's pretty cool. I want to know more about this villain. Like when we were in Daredevil, we came across the Jester. I was like, dude, more of that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the needle needs more appearances. So,
It does.
what do you give this cover there, Vinton?
Well, like an addict, I want more. Give me. I'd say it's I give it a 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
we got
Well,
him.
the thing is, too, if you read through the issue, he's a legitimately creepy bad guy. He's somebody I would have liked to have seen, somebody take on and make him more of a top tier villain. He could be a really creepy horror type villain for somebody.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
You give him give him Deadshot guns, but he shoots needles out.
Yeah, from what I've heard, he is making a lot of appearances in California, all across the streets.
Yeah.
All
But no,
right.
I mean, if you read through the issue, he stitches people's mouths shut.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm
So
looking at this and I'm
this
thinking
young
that
murmur
I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that this is one of the first or in a long time, one of the first covers that uses more than just one background color. A lot of them just kind of look monotone a little bit. This has more vibrance to it. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. I don't think it's 10 worthy. I'm going to give this one an 8. All righty. And let's see, a 9 for Glinzer. And we have an 8 for American Boyd. He has the male gaze being said.
Hey.
All right. That needle sure looks menacing. This is Dan Album. And he gives it a 7. Maranya says Spider-Woman number 9, just enough focus on the title character, drama implied by Dutch Angle, drawing, and it scores a 9. Alrighty, then we have a 7. Well, I got that one. 8 for this one. I do like the guy is stepping on the guy's chest and shooting his eye laser thing. It's Spider-Woman. Alrighty, and then we have 7 from Ethereal Dragon, 6 from Jackson Rakirk. And then we have an 8 from Spiffy because seeing a dead person in comics is rare. All right. And LK is like
No,
the
seeing
guy
dead
being
people-
put say again?
No, seeing dead people in comics isn't rare. Seeing them staying dead is rare.
That is true. All right, so we got a 6. We got 5 7s, 3 8s, and 5 9s. Wow, once you get rid of those, it does end up in the 8 because everything is kind of canceling out. All right. On the high end, the low end. Boom, boom. Okay, I do believe it is Amy's turn to start us off. So let me get the next one up, and we are looking at issue number 10.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Huh. Let's see. What have we got here? It says Spider-Woman. At a Hollywood party, Spider-Woman confronts a new strange being. But is she friend or foe? Okay, we've got... Are the maids monsters? There's somebody with wings. Huh.
That's the gypsy moth.
Oh, okay. Where flies the gypsy moth? Okay, then I guess the maids are just party attendees.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Surprised at her and dropping their trays.
Oh, okay. So they're not part of the. Okay.
Yeah, the villain is the one on the building with the wings.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess the background is drawn in. That's nice. The lady in the background with the purple dress is, well, her purple dress is pretty, and the maids, I think, look more interesting than just about anyone. I'm sorry. I really don't get this.
If you don't, then score it the way you feel.
Yeah, this is not my favorite. I don't know if I would go like a 6. Is 6 bad? Or is 6 just kind of
A
average?
6 is average.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think a change of angle or a better pose, or I mean, if the first thing I saw is the maid, then maybe that.
Yeah, they're not. The maid isn't even colored in bright. So if you're noticing her before you're noticing Spider-Woman, something's off.
Well, her face is wonky.
Right. Okay, Eric.
I'm gonna go 6. It just didn't grab me.
All right. Evil Black Cat.
I'll go with the 7.
All
Maybe
right.
it was a bright
You
pink
can tell
shoe.
enough. You can't
Mhm.
tell what's happening, but you can't tell enough.
Yeah.
Okay. LK, what do you say?
I keep going back and forth on it. I'm gonna go 8.
All righty. And Professor Pixel.
This is a 6. It's not done very well. Like Spider Woman is there at the edge of a pool. Yeah, you get that she's at a Hollywood party because it says it, but this doesn't convey anything that. Oh, I really want to pick up this issue. No, this is a poor cover. It's done well. Like people are saying about the pose and all, but most of it's done well. But the Jack Kirby face on the maid on the left is drawing me out as well. There's a lot wrong with it. You know what? I'm going down. It's a 5.
Did you just use Jack Kirby as a pejorative?
It stands out more than
Faces
anything
were
else.
great. I'm sorry.
What is wrong with kids today? Seriously,
read-
you just
Silence, Pixel.
His faces are not good.
Go to your room.
Go back to the closet.
Go to your room.
Geeky Puppet Show, where we
All righty, RDV, what do you have to say about
every
this?
other day.
My colleague is a little high right now. He's also cranky. He didn't get enough sleep after work. He's a tummy ache. So, on behalf of the Geeky Puppet Show and everyone there who is awesome, this is a 10.
Really? Okay.
All right.
All righty.
Did Melissa give it a score?
No,
yeah.
she's next. She's
Okay.
next.
No, that's the funny thing. It's like this is the most I want to pick this up and read it. But I did personally. I fell in love with that character back there with the big pig, with the mile-long pigtails and the mock outfit. Just it looks like a romp.
Oh, okay.
And I just really, I totally see what the odd use, like why those characters they're fully colored, the hot pink shoe with the furry cuff. I
want the story to be about her. Okay.
Yeah, the maid does seem interesting. She looks more. Oh, she could just be put upon because Spider-Man came in out of nowhere and is interrupting her duties as a party attendant. But it's like, I enjoy. I know it is a strange pose and everything, but the background is really pretty. I like the tree in the background and the buildings look nicely done, and everyone looks surprised. And it gives me kind of a Gem and the Holograms energy that makes me want to enjoy it. How about I just go ahead and go like 9?
Okay. And it's my turn. Look, I don't hate this cover as much as some. I don't love it as much as RDV. I've always liked this because I've always liked the character of Gypsy Moth, or at least back then. Spider-Woman was one of the books I glommed onto.
Oh, is she a character?
Yeah, she's the villain in the back, and she appears later issues, including the last one. I get what you're saying, that the character in the back that draws your eye, but the thing is the character in the back draws your eye. There's a lot of details to the people in the background. This is not a modern day just put a blob on their face. There's work, there's love on this cover. That being said, I'm going to give this one an 8. I think it's good. I think it's a very good cover. I just don't think it's one of the best. Let's move on to the chat, and we've got Glimzer giving this a 7. All righty, and then Dan Alvin is saying 10. This is close to perfect for me, but I could be swayed by the fantastic Mark Grinwald story. All righty. I think Dan Alvin is a bit of a fan of Spider-Woman. I'm going to go off on a limb, and I don't think it's a. Yeah, MK is saying 6 for me. Something about her proportions look off, and her pose is kind of weird. All righty. And Eric Boyd says 5. Not doing it for him. Let's see. Ethereal Dragon says 6. Spider-Woman number 10. Focus on title character. Guest star in the background. Score a 7 from Maranya. Then we just had a 5, 6, and a 7. Or at least this. Never mind. Yeah, we did. 5 from Jackson Raykirk. What are they looking at? Moth is behind them. I know. Who's drowning in the pool? But I think maybe it's that she knows the villain's going to be there. She landed, and everybody's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Except for the maid smiling, so it was a happy surprise to her.
Yeah.
There you go. All righty. Let's see. 5 from Jackson Raykirk. If Gypsy Moth was swooping down towards Spider-Woman, it'd be better, says Glinzer. It looks rushed, says Jackson. I blame that dang rock music. Exactly. It ruined children. Because it's nowhere near as good as our rock music of the 70s and 80s. And let's see. Everything got shit as soon as Roy Orbison died. Prove me wrong.
Or the rock music Breen enjoyed in the 70s or 80s.
They actually played rock when Breen was a teenager.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, let me get that joke out there. But seriously, prove me wrong. Music started to go to shit as soon as Roy Orbison died. All righty, now what we got here is it looks like we dropped a few. I noticed. Oh goodness, new guy hasn't scored in a little bit. Carbon dioxide. All right, let's see what the F everyone gawking at in terror. I need to know. I got to know. They just banged rocks together back in the. By the way, my wife hates when I do that. I do sometimes get loud and I'll yell, and she's like, "Shut up, kids, calm down." All right, so we got 3 5s. We've got 5 6s. We've got 3 7s and 2 8s. We've got no 9s and 2 10s. And wow, 1 2. This brings it right on down. Holy crap! This brings this down to a 6. All righty, is that? Yeah, that's right. Okay. 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4. Okay, yep. This is going to end up being a 6.
You're all despicable.
Purely despicable. All righty, one of the worst, but I don't think it is the worst. I'm going to move that back here.
That pink shoe stands out, makes it pop.
It really does. The pink shoe is what keeps it from being the worst.
And everybody's judging it, said she only has one pink shoe on. You can't see their foot. Maybe the other one's pink too.
Maybe the other, yeah.
Why is it that bright in comparison to the rest of her entire body?
Okay, so I believe
notice that and bitch about it.
we're back to Eric. Eric, this is issue number 11. What do you say?
Hey, it's Grim.
And he's back. It's my brother Grim. There you go. She's got a recurring villain.
Yay, good for her.
Don't say, hey, it's Grim like that. You'll scare Breen into thinking the Reaper's back.
Take it away! Ah! I'm gonna give this an 8. I'm gonna guess this is Frank Springer and Frank Giacomo on the cover. It tells the story. There's some fear on the people's faces, and yeah. Oh geez, I forgot. Did I say a 7 or an 8?
8.
Okay, I said 8. Well, a minute ago was so long ago.
It wasn't even a minute.
Nobody is marked as the cover artist on this. We've got Carmine Infantino as a penciler. We've got Al Gordon as the inker, but no cover artist I'm seeing from.
It's Carmine Infantino and Frank Giacomo. It is.
Okay, cool. All righty.
The hair threw me off. It's not down to her knees.
I know, right?
Mark Gruenwald's writing this.
Evil Black Cat.
I'll give this a 9.
Alrighty. 9. My 9s. All right. So, how about you, LK?
Yeah, I think I'm going to join Breen with an 8.
Alrighty. Cool. Professor Pixel.
Yes, indeed.
What do you say? What do you say? If you're gonna do Walken, I'll do Shatner. There's
I can do that.
some praise you need to give this.
Don't give me shit on this comic.
I think I'm not shatting on it. I am gonna give it, I think, a 9, even though I have a slight problem with the way that her finger is pointing and it's going over, but it looks like it's not aimed that way, I have a problem with that.
What?
But it's a solid 9 because I like the room. I like everybody's face in the room, and it's exciting. Hopping across tables for a battle. Okay, I'm done.
Why do you
Fingers
you
should
sound
be
like
touching
Margaret
the
Robbie
forehead.
in that one movie?
I understand what you're saying. That when she's pointing at Grimm and she's firing her finger, it does look like she's firing behind him.
Yeah.
All righty, RDV, what do you have? Other than herpes.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you want some, I got enough to give. Apparently,
That is not a good thing. No. Didn't brag about that.
so I do like this. I like the guy on the bottom left with the mustache and this shocked face because she's kneeing him in the back of the head. She jumps over, and Spider-Woman is a bad aim. The guy ducked. No, that's all it is. That's why his fingers are kind of going over there.
Maybe he did this bit.
Oh, God, it came through the computer.
You can see,
And what are you scoring this?
I'm scoring this a 9, bro.
All righty.
You're in the Yeehole Village Hall with that woodwork.
Did you
there.
say hall or whore?
No, those are outside. No, I like it. It's just fun. The hair's shorter too. You notice that?
Yes. Yes,
Carmen
we noticed
Infantino heard
the
his
shorter
bitches.
hair. All righty. Melissa, what do you got on this one? What do you think?
I feel so bad for everyone. Just people trying to celebrate their anniversary, and the people are just storming into the dining room, shooting finger lasers at everything. It's just like, and it's not only they blasting stuff; they're pointing. It's just rude.
Oh,
Exactly.
you know what? They made this great.
But
If you had the Green Goblin, Spider Woman, and the Brother Grimm with like like an office scene where they all had their fingers out ready to shoot lasers, that'd be awesome.
Okay. And what would you score this, Melissa?
Okay. But the environment is wonderfully drawn, and the characters are very sympathetic to them. I'm going to leave it 8. Yeah.
All righty. And Amy.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go with an 8 too. It's Spider-Woman breaking into a country club and ruining a couple of anniversaries, and I didn't know she had finger dinners. And I'm more interested in all the background characters and everything else. I'm like, oh
Okay.
no.
What
So
anniversaries?
brother Grimm doesn't get any blame.
I know, right?
I know
What the
she's
hell?
gonna break it. It's not her fault.
Well,
But yeah, it does look like all the action.
What if the lady in front is the person she was eating with? They were trying.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he was at dinner. He was at dinner in costume. The woman that's by him is obviously his date. Spider-Woman saw him through a window, jumped in, and started fighting. She's the villain here.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
sold.
How did she jump through a window? There's a door behind her.
And do you know how we know he's the villain? Do you know the 100% way? The 100% way to know he's a villain?
He's straight white male.
He's white. We discussed that before with all the college kids. White is bad. All right.
No, the rest of him is black. His face is just white, so he's doing.
He is white and he wants to be. And that is why. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Okay, so I'm looking at this. I like this. It's a good action cover. This is one of those covers that we're missing today. The kind that actually tell you what's going on in the book. We need that. So I'm agreeing with you guys. I'm giving this an 8 as well.
So every one of these is better than like 90% of what you see out now, and I love that about
That is true.
them.
Yep. And that's one of the reasons why we like doing this. We're looking at some awesome covers here, kids.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So Glenzer is giving this a 9. Alrighty. And let's see. Jackson Record cover pencils by Carmen Infantino, inks by Frank Giacoa. 8 from Ethereal and Eric and Boyd. Alrighty. And then we have 7 from Jackson and 8 from MK.
Okay.
Let's see. 8 from Dan Alvin. And Maranya is saying, Spider-Woman number 11. Honestly, wish Brother Grimm and Spider-Woman's positions were reversed. She should be the focus figure, not the villain. Even so, well drawn. Score an 8.
Wait, did you say Alvin?
Maybe that's why Spider-Woman comes across as as almost the antagonist, because she's not the focus of the cover. It's like you're on him, so you unconsciously take his side.
Eric and Boya just saying, y'all keep your day jobs. I don't even do impressions very well. I can do Robert Preston from The Music Man, and that's about it. And Marvin Martian. But I can do tonal. I can do tonal, and that's my gift.
E,
yes, sir.
you were supposed to say, I don't do impressions. My training's in psychiatry.
I missed the airplane.
How
There
bold
you
can we assume that E has a day job?
All righty. This is my day job. Let's see. My main gripe caption, Death Duel with Brother Grimm needed better lettering. I say get rid of it all. But then again, that's just me.
What if
Pixel is cursing me. I think it's not you, Boyd. It's Jackson in his finger comments. Let's see. Agreed. All the comics you've been showing have been fire. Even the lower tier ones are still far superior to other comics these days. There are a couple of decent artists today. Ivan Reyes, I think he's, one. It actually took me a little bit to think about him, but yeah, there are some decent artists today. It's just they've got shitty writers. I mean, we talk about Tom King and his boy. What's his name? That did the Hero in Crisis.
Man.
That one shot where they're in that field with the flowers and everything is a beautiful shot, but he's with Tom fucking King. Or as you guys call him, King, because he's lost his testosterone, so he has no T. All righty, let's get to the oh wait, I read all the chat. There we go. All right, let's get to the grading. It's an 8. We have 10 8s. So it's an 8. All righty. There we go. Let me grab it. And it looks like Evil Black Cat gets to lead us off on the last cover of the night.
Exciting.
All righty. Bum, bum, bum. And here is issue number 12. What is known as, or forever shall be known as at this moment, the butt cover.
Yeah.
I think Cho does this better, but
Well, he had to learn it from somewhere.
I know, right?
There's Grimm?
trying to look at the details.
I was waiting for
I'm
LK.
too distracted. I don't think the artist cared about the details because they knew people would be distracted because the Grimm on the right looks a little too short and looks like he's growing out of her leg.
You know what's
Okay.
crazy about this? If this
So
is
what do you score it?
I'll have to go with a 6.
If this is 2024, they'd be shocked if they see something else.
Jackson is asking, why is it called that? Well, it's because when they were creating the issue, they had all the writing, they had the art, and the editor goes, but the cover.
Oh man.
And that's
They
how it
didn't
got
really
us.
cover.
Yeah. All righty, LK, what do you say?
Oh, come on. Got to give it a 10. I mean, not just the butt shot there, but I just love the way her hair is whipping around. I mean, that's just
All righty.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things of seeing Infantino draw Jessica.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Evil Black Cat, we were joking. I forgot to write down the number. What was your number on this one?
I think it was a 6 or a 7.
6 or 7. Okay.
Because the guy on the right looks like he's coming
He's
out from
growing
like
up.
the
Gotcha.
it.
All right.
Lord.
Professor, what do you say?
I don't agree about the growing thing because her leg is covering where the black mark would be between the thigh and the hip. but you're right about like one of their faces is a little wonky, but it's still a lot happening. Like it's a very good cover. You have the curtains, you have our star in the center, and you're able to see the true mastermind behind it all, the one horrified between her legs right there. And that being said, the hair whipping, it's a stylish choice. It is a 10. It is a good cover.
All righty. RDV, what do you say? What you got?
It is a 10 for me all the way, buddy.
All right.
Like I said, I like the. We're getting actually 2 boxes. One upper left, and
one from the Queen and one from Spider Woman.
No. I'm talking about the lower left corner where the UPC is. Remember the advertised spin-offs, but they're putting her there, and you also get the corner box up on the left.
Oh yeah,
we got that in the last one too.
Oh, no. I know, but I'm pointing out this whole entire series. I don't think I've ever seen them before. At least not like this.
Well,
but
go ahead.
But honestly, probably the lamest villains, the servants, with the Queen stuff, but overall, this has been fun. I've been liking this. I love the font on here, the italics. At the bottom, it gets a little more like gruesome,
Mm-hmm.
And the stage is set for all-out action, letting you know that this book's gonna be all action, not people standing around eating cupcakes, talking about their love lives.
Going out and one punching a sentinel and then going buying copy.
Yeah.
God, modern comics suck. Modern comics fucking suck. I try every time, I go over and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to read some new books. Let's get some reviews out, do that kind of thing. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm done. I am where Eric was at 3 or 4 years ago. You guys brought him back into the fold. Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees was good. Gonna give it that much. But Marvel and DC, just Melissa, what do you say about this cover?
It's kind of funny. I'm getting even a stronger. The last issue, some part of me almost felt sympathetic toward the Grimm character. In this cover, I'm getting even more of that.
Mm-hmm.
I like the last tale of the Brothers Grimm, and they look scared, and the guy on the right is like positively clutching his pearls, and I'm like, the woman underneath, she looks masterminded. She looks pretty sinister, but Spider Woman looks absolutely like she's this time she's like the big bad wolf, and like they're like, oh no, what do we do? And I'm like, it's like, how will the Brothers Grimm get out of this one? No, it's good that they made. It's like, no, Spider Woman's a good guy. She's gonna win really well, and you're happy about that. It's like, right, okay. Right. The Skullheads, remember that? Yeah, right.
So what would you give it?
It is a very dynamic. Oh goodness. 8.
Alrighty. And Amy, what do you have to say?
Oh my gosh, no! I think I'd have to do maybe a 6. This is
not a fan.
Not really. Like everything Alyssa says, it kind of just I don't like it. I mean, it's kind of like there's nothing about this that makes me feel like, yeah, go Spider Woman, you can save the day. I feel sorry for all the characters. I guess I'm supposed to be hoping she manages to best, and I don't feel a lot of courage for her, and it's kind of dull. And the most interesting thing about it is they're like, oh no, it's Spider Woman, and I'm kind of like, is she turning into a werewolf? Is there something interesting going on here? But it's just, I don't know. It's not great for me.
Okay, Eric.
Before I grade this, because this cover, we all know what we're supposed to be focused on.
Right.
When you were naming the numbers by artists, even though I can't think of a second time he drew her, how is Milo Manera not a 10?
Milo Manera drew
He
this.
he did the spider butt thing that got the SJW so bent out of shape. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. How is he not the one for the 10s?
I forgot he drew it.
That's
simple as that.
I would have put David Finch on there somewhere too for the early Avengers issues he drew with her.
So what would you give this one?
6. I just doesn't do it for me.
All righty. Okay, and all righty. So I like the way the Brother Grimm look. I like the way the Queen of England looks. The pulled back curtains. I don't need the stage except for all out. I don't know. She looks like the Queen of England from The Great Mouse Detective. If you just gave her a nose, so
you know what she's saying, right?
Hello. Yes.
I'm actually want to go back down to a 9.
Okay, so anywho, this is the butt issue, but the butt in question looks like it was drawn on as an afterthought. Tell you the truth, it doesn't act natural with the legs. That has always bothered me about this cover. It just doesn't look right. I mean, even at least Submariner's butt shot in Fantastic Four looks like it goes with those flat ass legs drawn on that thing. This one, it looks like they drew and went, oh wait, no, we forgot to draw the ass. And so they shaded it.
She's tensed up, waiting,
she's
ready to spring
she's
into
clenching
action.
she's clenching her butt cheeks ready for action. That being said, I don't know. I'll give this one. You know what? That covers a lot of sins. I'll give this one an 8. All righty. Let's see what everybody else is saying. 9 from Ethereal Dragon. We've got Maranya saying Spider-Woman number 12, dramatic pose, simple design, very effective. No buts about it. This is a badonkadonk worthy 10. All right. And then we have sorry, but I must give LK a 3 for the late starts. Eric and Boyd says 7. And by the way, I'm a huge Styx fan, so I can't help but hear Grand Illusion every time I see the stage is set, the band starts playing. I love that group. All right. So anywho, combined with the curtains being pulled back is Genius, who has just been revealed. Let's see. Much as I like buttocks for Skunk Voice, I want to see her face, says Erica Boyd. And Ethereal Dragon gives it another 9. And the Grimm on the right looks like a YouTube movie reactor overreacting to a scary scene. That's one reason I could never do reactions, because I'd be watching the movie, go, huh? That would be it. I couldn't do it because I'm not one of those kind of people. It just wouldn't work. No. Let's see. Modern comics fucking suck. Englentine has never been more right, except for when I proposed to my wife. Jackson Rakert gives it an 8. Let's see. If Kitty phased through the Sentinels, then it would be fine. Yes, the Sentinel would be fine, because that was the whole thing about the Sentinels. You couldn't beat them the same way twice. My third 10, says Dan Alvin. Jessica has had it here and goes full ferocious, LOL. Close to perfect overall composition again, in my humble opinion. The stance of the woman in green behind the curtains is so kinetic. All right, so we got a 10. Font for Brothers Grimm is perfect. Yeah, with the, yep. Englentine compares all female comic characters' butts to Submariner's bum. Confirmed. Yes, thank you. Finally, somebody gets me. Too much focus on the butt, perhaps, LOL, missing the big picture. And with this, I'm heading out for the night to get some sleep. Take care, everyone, and stay safe. You too, Maranya. Take care of yourself. And thank you for stopping by and doing the votes. All righty, let's see. This one has 2 6s, 2 7s. It's got 3 8s, 1 9, and 4 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4. That brings it up to the 8s. We got the one. This one gets an 8. Thanks to the 2 6s and 2 7s, bringing down those obvious 10s. Here we go. All righty, but there you go, gang. This goes into the 8 has the most on this one. I think it's better than that cover, but I think it goes right here. Oh, okay. Well, there we are. All right, so the worst cover of the night, ladies and gentlemen, was, in my opinion, these are the two worst. The Gypsy Moth and the Bursting the Door.
Can
What's
you
up?
get rid of the overlay?
The overlays.
Oh. Yep, thank you. Here's what we got. Okay, what's going on? Oh, LK, are you trying to get rid of the overlay?
Yeah, I was hitting at the same time you were.
Oh, buddy.
Just come on in. Unlock the door. Stop pulling on the handle. Yeah. All righty. So I think the worst cover of the night is the Busting Through the Door. That just didn't work as well with the Gypsy Moth. Going up to this, if you guys disagree with the way I've lined them, you just say something. Next up with the sevens, the Hangman cover versus the Thing. Even though I think the Thing is wonky, at least the images are more to the front. It's more dynamic. That's why I put that there. Next worst was the one that was washed out. The imagery is just muddled. And then the butt cover, the guy in the web, the dinner scene, Eye of the Needle, the first appearance of Brother Grimm, the very first appearance of Spider-Woman. And then we get to the top three. We did not get a 10 tonight. The top three was the Man Who Couldn't Die trying to kill Spider-Woman by killing himself, Werewolf by Night, and the issue number 1. Do we switch these? What do you think?
I think that number 1's just a really classic cover. I mean, that's probably one of my top covers that I've seen so far. So I think it's nice there.
So I'd put it there. What is your favorite cover? Let's start with Amy. What is your favorite cover of the night?
Of the night?
Yeah.
Oh man, that Spider-Woman number 1. That's just a really great cover.
All right.
So that would go on a T-shirt. It's so clean, you know.
Yeah, it's real good. And ladies and gentlemen in the chat, please also, what was your cover of the night? Yeah, that was the weakest with the door, but I voted 10 on the pool party depiction. Hey, we all have our favorites. You know, that's why I say this is the cool thing about this is there's no wrong opinions and there's no wrong. Yeah. Melissa, what would you say was your favorite cover of the night?
I think I really just enjoyed the Gypsy Moth one. I understand people's complaints, but it looked like the book. It just made me happy.
Pool party. One of yeah. Okay. All righty, Eric. What do you think? What do you say?
Number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah, first issue. Yeah.
Yeah. Evil Black Cat.
Can I see the lore ones? Yeah, it has to be the needle one.
The Needle. All righty. LK, what do you say?
Well, number 1's very clean, but you got to go back to number 6.
The one right next to it, the Werewolf by Night.
It.
RDV.
Oh man, I'm kind of torn between the very first cover and then the one all the way on the right on the top, where the chains. Cause I love the motion lines, and I love how it looks a little more realistic. It pops more.
Mm-hmm.
Where the other one, the first costume only has it's like a flat. You know, there's no tone lines really.
Yeah.
But I'm going with that. I'm going with the top right one.
All right, you get rid of the green box, and number 1 makes it. With that green box, I'm going the first appearance of the Grimm brother. I just thought this was amazing, the way he's looming over her and everything. That's my favorite cover of the night. Although number 1, very close second. Let's see what we have in the chat. Yeah, that was the weakest. Number 6 for Glenzer. Spider-Woman number 1 was my favorite, says Eric and Boyd, even with the flaws. That's really cool. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of stuff. Please click like, share, and do all that kind of stuff if you do. Before we go, though, let me share ranking Bronze Age, and let me share this out. And let's see what we're going to end the poll here. Well, you know what? Actually, if you haven't voted, go and vote right now. I'll give another 20 or so seconds. We'll do that just to make sure. This is last call for the poll. This is going to decide what we're doing on Tuesday. On Sunday, if all goes well, on Sunday we're going to be doing Phantom Lady from the Golden Age, from both the original Phantom Lady what ended up happening was there was confusion about who owned the comic book rights to it, the copyright rights, and so two companies made Phantom Lady comics. Now she started her numbering off of another comic, and so we'll start with issue number 13. There's about 11 of those. So I looked at the other company. There's only 4 of them. So I think one of them is they did the Gleason. What was that company called? Do you remember? Something Gleason. But they started
called Lev Gleason Productions.
Lev Gleason, that's it. Yeah. They only had 4 issues, so we're combining them. We're going to do all of the Golden Age Phantom Lady covers on Sunday. On Monday, we're going to be doing. On Monday, we're going to be doing House of Mystery, and what you guys are voting on is what we do on Tuesday. And fun times. Let's see what everybody has voted on. We're going to end the poll, and we have.
And the poll. That's what the Germans tried to do, and they.
Okay. We had 21 votes. Police Comics, the one I was hoping for, got 9%. I lose these all the time. We had 33% going for All-Star Comics, but it looks like Bronze Age number 1s win the day. So we'll find 12 to 14 Bronze Age number 1s, maybe a good mix of DC and Marvel. And that's what we'll do on that day. There you go. The Bronze Age number 1s win. Eric, any come off the top of your head that we should include?
Tomb of Dracula.
Ooh, nice.
Werewolf by Night. Nova. Ms. Marvel. Freedom Fighters. Secret Society of Supervillains. Yeah, just a few.
Still a couple. We'll talk. We'll get together and talk. And I think those would be cool because I'm thinking of stuff like my first thought was Power Man, and then I thought, well, he's just standing there. Let's think of the dynamic.
But you got to look at the background. That I would definitely include that because there's a lot going on behind him.
All right, okay, something to look at. That's what I want to talk about.
And a lot of his covers are like really. They're very interesting as you go.
But the cool thing is this doesn't have to be the only one we do. Yeah. We're going to pull 12 to 14 of these.
Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man,
and whatever's left we do the next time. I figured JLA would win. Glad Bronze Age won, says Spiffy. Number 1 is great, but I feel like First Spotlight the most, says Jackson about his favorite cover tonight. Spider-Woman number 1 was my favorite, says Eric and Boyd. Torn between 3, but I think mine was the one with the guy on the web. That was a good one, Pixel. Sorry, I forgot to call you.
It's all good.
And Swamp Thing should be something we are including in. You know what? I would say just Swamp Thing, not just as one of the number 1s, but just include those covers. Because even though the first series didn't do well, it had some great covers.
Yeah, you were saying the first Power Man wasn't really that great. Would it make it better if you added Iron Fist to it?
I think Iron Fist would make that a lot.
Iron Fist number 1's a cool cover.
And Spiffy says Excalibur, that one, the one I think it was muddled.
It'd be great to see Vertigo Hellblazers and see how it gets.
We might get to that. There's a lot of stuff. I'm glad you guys are liking this. Please share it out. I would love to see growth in this so we could continue and, because it is a lot of fun. That being said, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're having our auction. I'm getting stuff together tonight and making sure it's all set and ready. Please join us for that, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then on Sunday, 10:30, come on back and we'll do Phantom Lady. That being said, thank you very much to LK, to RDV.
Yep.
And Professor Pixel.
Thank you.
The Evil Black Cat.
Meow.
Eric Breen. And of course, the Lester sisters. Thank you very much.
I got good news and bad news.
Uh-oh.
The Jonah Hex is over 100.
Yeah.
But when I looked earlier, the What's in the Box had 3 views, and now it's down to none.
Yeah, that's weird. I noticed that was happening. I can't get to it because my phone is off, and I have to prove who I am to get to my channel. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get my phone going so I can actually get onto my YouTube channel. That doth sucketh.
It says 43 views for me.
All right. As far as the what's in the box. Yeah. If you want a good preview of what the big dogs, what the more valuable comics are going to be in the auction, go watch the what's in the box. Try to get it over 100, please. That being said, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to do all the clicking and the liking. Going over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the till or become a member. Thank you very much to everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.
Good night now.